You know, here I am, standing here, holding this camera in this weird L-shaped formation, and realizing to myself, I really should have bought a wide-angle lens. This is a little too close. I gotta learn more about cameras. See, the GH5 is the camera I have right now, and it's a really nice camera. It's pretty fantastic, actually, but I'm not very keen on lenses. And lenses is such an important part of camera and camera equipment and camera operation and things that I just don't quite understand. Like, I have a lens right now, which is... What even are you? You are a 12 to 60 millimeter, just standard lens. I don't know. It goes down to how do you do this? This is then it goes down to there it is. 2.8 f-stop, 2.8 aperture. And I have another teensy tiny little lens that's a 20 millimeter that goes down to like 1.7. But that's about it. That's all I really know about lenses. And I realized that, damn, I'm holding this camera out all the way stretched out on my arm. And I have the little tripod underneath it, kind of curved in this weird L shape. And I'm holding it at the palm section. So I'm able to kind of get even more leverage off of it. When really, I probably should be using like a damn wide angle lens. I don't need to go into like a fish lens, but I should be using a different lens. Oh, which, by the way, you should check this out. Look at this. It's a little boxing thing, but you put it on your desk and you just like, you know, you get mad and you just, it's so fun, so damn fun. I'm gonna stop doing that though because it's next to my TV. But anyway, I hope you all had a fantastic holiday season, a fantastic Christmas, or whatever you decide to celebrate. I myself had a pretty standard but pretty damn good one. Most to all of my major family is right here in California, within like 15-minute drive anyway. We're all pretty dang close, with the exception of a couple people living in Arizona and stuff. But really, it's a very nice thing to have all the families so close by, so if there's ever any events or anything, we're all so close-knit and can come to each other very, very easily. In terms of fun activities besides that, you know, I did a little bit of streaming and stuff. I think I did a slightly I wouldn't call it drunk. I did a slightly intoxicated Dead by Daylight stream at some point, but it was anything too crazy. It wasn't on Christmas either. I think it was on either late Christmas Eve or it was on the day before Christmas Eve. So Eve squared Christmas. And normally I'm not somebody who generally likes to show off their stuff, I guess is the term. I'm not somebody who shows off the stuff that you get for gifts and stuff, but these two things are very special occasions because one of them is just hilarious and the other one is really like a lot of time was put into it. And you know, a lot of times the best gifts are the ones that are either you can see a lot of work and effort went into it, or they're the kind of gift that is really, really practical and you'll be using on a day-to-day basis. These are not the practical kind, but they are the fantastic kind. So you may have already seen this on my Twitter, or you may not have. These are one of those fun little pillows that the sparkles kind of like turn into something different when you push your hand over it. So this pillow is Jeff Goldblum. Isn't it awesome? That was the gift my sister got me, and it's unsurprising that she would get me something like that, considering the things she likes and the humor she's into. Thor Ragnarok was one of our more recently favorite Marvel movies because it just didn't really take itself too seriously, and you really appreciated the level of just ridiculousness that the movie came out with. And I don't know, considering that Thor 1 I thought was decent and Thor 2 was kind of mediocre and not that great, Thor Ragnarok was such a huge improvement. And Jeff Goldblum, it was such an odd choice, but I'm not mad. It's just such an odd choice. Anyway, and then for the second thing. Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I love the Alien movies. Or the first two, at least. I really like Xenomorphs, and this is a handmade gift. It's kind of ridiculous. You can even tell where some parts of it are coming from. Like these are like the old vacuum tubes and stuff you put in there. And this is spray paint that it was just really kind of accumulated and let it drip all the way down. And actually, let me see if I have all the materials that was used to make this. Styrofoam, paper mache, Bondo, foil, and air dry clay. A lot of it's Bondo and the paper mache, and I believe the tail, because the tail is actually kind of coming up a little bit, little 3D thing going on there. That's all clay. And of course you have the Bondo and the paper mache coming through all here, as well as all the weird innards in the face. And my favorite part is the mouth. One, because the teeth. Two, because you can see a tiny little mouth inside there. You see there's the little mouth? And also, they used hot glue to make the drool look like the actual weird silver drool that the aliens have. It's just so cool. It's so cool. And I'm not sure how many, well, actually, I do know that I have a lot of very talented artists in my, I guess, fan base. I don't really know how to say it. And I'm sure you can also appreciate this for the amount of work that went into it, because god damn, it is something. It is so beautiful. This is without a doubt one of the coolest things. I just need to know where to put it, because it can't be in direct sunlight and there are way too many windows in this house, so I need to find a nice place to hang it up. Which, speaking of hanging it up, this is actually kind of feeds into the next thing I wanted to discuss, which is putting stuff in the office. So I'm in the office right now, as you can see. Here's all my office-y stuff. I'm recording, or I'm rendering a Smash video right now, or I played for like over 40 minutes as Ike against all of my buddies, and I didn't lose at all, and that felt great. So that's going to be on the second channel at some point if you want to check that out. But anyway, the background for this place is pretty non-existent. As you can see, it's just this wall, and there's really nothing around here besides that door, which I promise there's nothing behind that door. It's just a big blank canvas, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, because if you have the office from here, then what you're looking at is kind of at least for streams and videos, is kind of a from here perspective, right? And so this just being an empty wall is a little bit boring. So I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to place on it. Now, funny enough, I made the mistake when I was speaking to artists. Now, I showed you a bit ago in the original house tour video, which I'll put up top just in case, but I showed you that it was that really nice like robot lady photo painting thing that I mentioned and showed you. Now that was because I asked for the file from the artist and I made a canvas of it. But I realized that I've been asking artists for their source file for a while. And that is not something I should be doing. A source file is significantly more important than the highest resolution file or the highest print size file. And I didn't realize the difference between these things, so I'm going around looking at all this great art online, and I'm asking artists for their source file, and they're just sitting there like, no. And I'm wondering, like, am I asking them wrong? Is this something I said? Does my breath smell bad? But I realized that it's a very big difference between the two of them. So I want to go ahead and make that little section back here either one of two things. I want to put either two long length canvas arts behind there, as well as a nice little desk or table that I can put some knickknacks on, stuff like that. Nothing too much. Like, I think last background was a little bit overboard. This is obviously too little, but I want to kind of make it nice, like a little more minimal, but still looks nice. And either two long canvases or four box ones. And I'm not quite sure which would be better. And for this wall, the side wall over here, I thought it might be good to either hang up some of the other cool things that I have, like the saw cleaver from Bloodborne, the Genji sword I have, the old Danish long sword that I have as well, or also put up different kinds of art. Hell, I might even put up the alien thing over there. I'm not quite sure. But I wanted to ask your specific thoughts on the matter and what exactly would be the cooler, more interesting idea for the background of this area, because decorating it, I think, is important. It's nice to have a little bit of flair, because I do like very modern style houses, I guess. My favorite thing is steel, glass, and wood. Steel, glass, and wood. Steel, glass, and wood. That's all I like. And especially when you're looking down with, you know, anything down here, you know, you can tell it's very steel, glass, and wood. That's the kind of look I'm going for. But modern is very boring if you don't have a way to give it some personality of your own. Because anyone can do steel, glass, and wood, but making it your own, making it interesting for yourself, that's where you really get, that's where it really shines. You know, that's where the architecture of it really shines, which is why I like adding some fun stuff like, oh, you know, this little orchid here and the cool skull thing here, and giving it a little bit of personal intrigue, but we're not quite like there yet, you know? Anyway, that's what I was kind of going around talking about, thinking about the cool new stuff we're adding to the place and trying to find the best way to go about it. And this is also my first venture into like a vlog. I don't think I've ever actually vlogged like I'm doing today. Almost ever. Maybe a little bit before, but I can't really think of how often I did it. I'm gonna need to get that new lens though, so it's a little bit more wide angled. I'm not so close up. But besides that, this is really interesting, and I think it's gonna be pretty neato if I can get this place really looking nice and get the vlogs going and really try to get some of this vlog stuff a little bit better, because it's fun to just kind of create and talk about things rather than having to have some specific personal topic in every single video. You can just kind of talk. And that feels good because it feels more personal and it's more enjoyable. But I'll still have to see what I can do about that kind of stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Pleasure having you here on this little vlog. Of course, merch site is still up and running, and the hoodies and such are still going strong. I'm keeping the promo for the rest of the year. And past that, we'll see what we're coming up with next. I'm going to have some new stuff in, hopefully in a couple weeks, I'd say, and also restock in a couple weeks as well. So keep an eye out for that. Check out brickymerch.com, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.